Good morning, Michael. We have learned so much more about this case in the week since we last heard from Cassie Laundrie. It turns out she was also on that family camping trip that Brian took with his parents after he returned home without Gabby Petito. Cassie insists she still doesn't know where her brother is.
No, I do not know where Brian is. I'd turn him in.
Overnight, Cassie Laundrie attempting to set the record straight, speaking out for the first time since Gabby Petito's body was found and her brother Brian was reported missing. Later named a person of interest in Petito's murder and wanted by the FBI in a fraud investigation.
I really wish he had come to me first that day with the van because I don't think we'd be here. I worry about him. I hope he's okay. And then I'm angry and I don't know what to think. I would tell my brother to just come forward and get us out of this horrible mess.
And now detailing the last time she saw her brother.
The last time I physically saw it and the last time I physically spoke to my brother was on the 6th. I've tried to get in touch with him. Phone went to voicemail.
Cassie sharing this photo exclusively with ABC News, showing Brian and his 5-year-old nephew camping at Fort DeSoto Park with their parents 5 days before Gabby was reported missing.
We just went for a couple of hours and we ate dinner and had s'mores around the campfire and left. And there was nothing peculiar about it. There was no feeling of grand goodbye. There was nothing. I'm frustrated that in hindsight I didn't pick up on anything. It was just a regular visit.
By the time Gabby was found 13 days later, Brian had already vanished. The day Cassie learned of his disappearance, she says she immediately told investigators about that camping trip.
It was not hidden from law enforcement. I've been cooperating with the police since day one. I have been in touch with law enforcement.
And now she's calling on her parents to do the same.
Justice for Gabby would look like having someone come forward and tell the truth. I don't know if my parents are involved. I think if they are, then they should come clean.
Cassie says her brother has taken multiple trips for up to 5 days at a time on the Appalachian Trail, where multiple tips have been reported. And over the weekend, a possible sighting was reported to investigators along the nearly 2,200-mile trail near the Tennessee-North Carolina border.
I wasn't sure about what he looked like, and then I went and parked and pulled up the photographs of him, and I'm 99.99% sure that was him.
Police have said they're factoring in Brian's reported skills living off the grid in their search for him, but Cassie says it's unusual for him to be gone for this long.
I'd say Brian's a mediocre survivalist. It wouldn't surprise me if he could last out there a very long time, but also I don't think anything would surprise me at this point. If the FBI finds him in Timbuktu, I'd be like, all right, well, that's where he was. I've got nothing. I hope my brother is alive because I want answers just as much as everybody else.
Is there something on your cheek here? Looks like, did you get hit in the face?
Well, to be honest, I definitely hit him first.
Did he hit you though? I mean, it's okay if you're saying you hit him, and then I understand if he hit you, but we want to know the truth if he actually hit you.
Well, like, he grabbed me, like, with his nail.
She says the body cam video from the Moab, Utah police encounter is hard to watch.
It's definitely painful to see everybody just be upset. It was pretty typical of them to argue and try and take space from each other, but people saying they saw public domestic violence, I've never seen anything like that from either of them.
Now she wonders if more could have been done.
I definitely feel like if they had all of the 911 calls from the multiple people they said, that I think that it would have gone a lot differently and we'd be in a different situation.
Cassie says she's as concerned as she is for her brother. She is mourning for Gabby and wants her family to know her heart is with them.
I've been cooperating so that everyone gets answers. They deserve answers.
Gabby's parents sending a message to Brian on the Dr. Phil show.
If you truly loved her, you should turn yourself in.
The Laundrie family attorney released a statement saying in part that Brian's parents don't know where he is, and the speculation by the public and some in the press that the parents assisted Brian in leaving the family home or in avoiding arrest is just wrong. Guys?
All right, thank you, Victor. Joining us now is Lenny DePaul, a former chief inspector and commander with the U.S. Marshals, and ABC News chief legal analyst Dan Abrams. And Lenny, we're going to start with you. We saw in that piece that Brian Laundrie's sister, she seemed to be distancing herself from her parents and saying she's not sure if they were involved in Brian's disappearance. What do you make of that?
Well, good morning, Michael, and good to be with you. But I tend to believe Cassie. I mean, she's forthcoming. You know, you look for those nonverbal communications in any conversation. She didn't have them. You know, she gives up a lot of things. She tells us that Brian, you know, he jumped on a plane after that incident in Utah and came back to Florida, then went back out there. So I tend to believe her. And again, she's forthcoming. So the parents may be just kind of taking a step back and not wanting to, you know, get her involved and whatnot. So.
She also gave some more detail about Brian's survival skills. Do you think law enforcement should focus on these remote areas, or is it more possible that he left the country?
I don't think he left the country, George. It's not his makeup. I do think he could possibly be on the Appalachian Trail. I mean, she even said he's survived out there. He's gone out there by himself for weeks at a time. So I would focus and concentrate on that area, and I'm sure they're doing that.
Dan, we want to get your input as well. You know, as we said, we heard from Cassie right there, and she says that her parents claim that their attorney have told them not to discuss Brian with her. What do you make of that?
You know, it's a little bit odd, right? Because typically what an attorney will do is tell their client, who in theory should be Brian Laundrie here, and I guess it's the parents too, but I understand him saying to Brian Laundrie, look, don't talk, don't say anything, etc. Telling the parents not to talk, in particular not to talk to the daughter about anything, does suggest that there's something that the parents may know that the lawyer doesn't want them to disclose. But, you know, it's hard to know for sure.
And Brian is facing charges. Prosecutors said there could be more charges on the way. Does that mean anything, does it change anything for the parents if they are involved with his disappearance?
Yeah, it depends on that timeline. That's something we talked about before, right? Before or after the arrest warrant, right? The minute that arrest warrant was issued, if they assisted him, they are harboring a fugitive potentially, or they're aiding, etc., in some way. If it was before the arrest warrant was issued and he was just a person of interest and they were with him, for example, as long as they didn't specifically lie to the authorities and send them on some wild goose chase, then they're probably not legally responsible. And I think that may be the key with regard to Cassie too, is the parents may know something in that period before he'd had an arrest warrant, which they don't want to disclose.
And Lenny, Cassie is asking Brian to come forward. Gabby's parents are asking Brian to come forward as well. Does that make any difference?
It does, George, if they can get the message to him. I mean, he's laying low. He's off the grid. He's definitely not communicating as far as I know. So, and he's scared. He's certainly sleeping with one eye open. So, yeah, if he gets that message, he may very well turn himself in. But he's on the run, George. And you know what I always say, you can run, but you can't hide. And when you run, you only go to jail tired.